If you have mixed skin, which is an interesting category of people whose T-zone is normally oily or excessively oily, while the lower face is dry, know this is almost always the result of skincare. When it comes to skincare for men, especially looking at the face, there's a lot of confusion, a lot of information out there that may be very misleading for many of the men out there. So I wanted to distill the right information for you to take the best care of your face in the most cost-effective way possible. So let's get right to it. First of all, the most important tenet in skincare is do no harm. Don't do anything that does not directly work for you and serve your skin, giving you any health benefit. Meaning, if there's a habit or a practice that does not have a clear benefit for you, avoid it altogether. Let's take a look at some of those practices that are mostly ineffective or unhelpful and possibly irritating to your skin. The use of hot water or steam on the face that I've seen picking up speed and steam over the past few years. I would not use any steam device on the face or hot water on the face. Those can actually create irritation on the skin by heating up the surface of the skin unnecessarily. There's no need to open up the pores for any reason. That is just a made-up need by the skincare industry, and you want to keep your skin intact as much as possible. Other products that categorically do not have any clear value are cleansers, and I know that sounds surprising to many people because we've all grown up being told we have to cleanse from head to toe, but cleansers ultimately are detergents, and detergents strip away the upper layers of the skin, undermining the integrity of the skin barrier. And contrary to urban legend or common belief, there is no dirt or bacteria that need to be cleaned off the skin, or anything that needs to be cleaned off the skin for a health benefit categorically. So the bottom line, the net benefit of these things is usually a net negative, meaning they take away from the skin barrier, they undermine your skin barrier, while actually hurting ingredients of the skin barrier like the microbiome, for example. Another category of products that I tell people to avoid is the abrasives, the physical abrasives in particular, like the scrubs, the loofahs, the brushes, the exfoliants, the brushes, the washcloths, all these things that I've seen people use, especially the use has picked up over the past decade or so among men. These things, again, are completely unnecessary. There is no need to exfoliate or to scrub the skin away. That is another way of physically abrading the skin and undermining the skin barrier, creating unnecessary sensitivity on the face. The best recommendation that I can make to wash the face, if you want to wash your face on a daily basis, would be to use lukewarm water on the face. You can go cold as well. Do not use hot water on the face, and that would be the end of it. Now, moisturization is another thing that people get wrong very frequently because it is not clear for many people what constitutes a need to moisturize. That is actually pretty simple. The skin will tell you if it needs to be moisturized, and it does so by appearing flaky or appearing scaly or appearing ashy over the areas that are irritated or sensitive. Another sign that the skin needs to be moisturized is pinkness, redness, or a very light purple color and darker skin individual over irritated areas. And another sign that the skin may need to be moisturized is tightness, burning, itch, or maybe even a mild discomfort over the affected area. Notice how a lot of those products and practices that I mentioned earlier in the first do no harm category, the abrasives, the cleansers, actually create that sensation, that sensitivity on the skin that requires moisturization. So don't get yourself into that fireman arson mindset where you create the need, first of all, by cleansing and then having to moisturize. But it's still, if your skin is sensitive, by all means, moisturize. I recommend using the occlusives more than any other type of moisturizer. Specifically, white petroleum jelly is terrific. Our shea butter balms are terrific. You just need to use them in very, very, very small amounts so that you end up with no residue over the affected area that you're moisturizing, no ridiculous shiny appearance, and you're not staining anything after having applied them. You'll end up with a sustainable, consistent layer of moisturizer over the affected area that you've treated, and that'll last a very long time, many hours, sometimes even the entire day. Now, shaving has to be done very gently. A lot of people kind of get that wrong as well. So you want to use lukewarm water to shave, or cold water is fine. Get the beard and the mustache area wet first. Apply a shaving gel or a foam that works for you, that you like, to loosen and soften up the bristles, and then use a sharp razor to shave away. Be sure to replace your razors frequently so you don't end up dragging too much over the skin, creating unnecessary irritation. You can use an electric trimmer or shaver. That is perfectly fine. Be mindful that shaving is an abrasive activity. So for those of us with sensitive skin, it's important to moisturize after having shaved the skin. Again, the occlusive moisturizers work really well. You can use your own moisturizer of preference if you are so inclined. Just remember that water-based moisturizers such as lotions and creams are less effective than the greasy kinds. And there are other moisturizers that are actually great moisturizers which use petroleum jelly as their active ingredients, such as Aquaphor Healing Ointment and CeraVe Healing Ointment. But be mindful that petroleum jelly is the only active ingredient in those two products, so you're probably better off using petroleum jelly alone, only using it moderately and in very small amounts. As far as beard care, for those of us who want to keep the beard and the mustache, be very, very mindful. The beard is a highly sensitive area, and what I've seen done online by many people is that they tend to really go after the beard with shampoos or soaps or some sort of a detergent to cleanse the beard. Well, there is no need to cleanse the beard in that way. All those detergent products actually strip away the oils from the hair shafts and the skin over the area, and that creates sensitivity over the area that needs to be compensated for in many cases. The beard itself does not produce body odor, so you're not going to smell weird if you don't shampoo or soap the beard. And very importantly, avoid using hard brushes or any kind of brush for that matter on the beard, as that can create physical irritation over the beard area and can complicate things, as it would be very difficult to treat the skin that's affected and sensitized underneath the beard, especially if you want to hold on to that beard. So the best course of action will be wash your beard with lukewarm water semi-regularly, just to loosen up whatever residue accumulates on the beard, and leave it alone. Now, many people like using beard oils, which are really great, especially as a leave-on moisturizer or leave-on conditioner. I've seen people use coconut oil, argan oil, or even shea butter products to moisturize the beard in that way. The trick is to use a very small amount of these products and apply them to the areas that really matter, the ends of the hair, and maybe on the skin itself to condition the skin and moisturize the skin. If you like using your own beard oil, that is perfectly fine. Just make sure that the product does not irritate your skin and creates the effect that you want for that area. If you must use a cleanser on your face for whatever reason, whether it's a personal preference or you have to use a medicated cleanser for a skin condition like acne or seborrheic dermatitis, be mindful of the fact that these products are invariably drying and sensitizing to the skin. Now, many people can get away with using these products without moisturizing because they have a sturdy enough facial skin that makes up for whatever deficit they create by using these products on the face. However, be mindful that if you are in that category of people whose skin is sensitive, meaning not able to make up for any sort of external abuse of the skin, external loosening or undermining of the skin barrier, you may need to moisturize after using those cleansers. Use your moisturizer of choice. I've given my recommendation for occlusive moisturizers. However, if you need to use another moisturizer, that is fine. Just be mindful of the signs that the skin gives you that tell you that it needs to be moisturized, and moisturize as often as the skin tells you to do. If you have mixed skin, which is an interesting category of people whose T-zone is normally oily or excessively oily, while the lower face is dry, know this is almost always the result of skincare, meaning of cleansing and physically abrading the skin with the physically abrasive products. Your best bet would be back away from these products and practices. Use lukewarm water to wash your face and moisturize the areas as needed. Be mindful that the face is not going to turn into a fountain of oil when you back away from cleansing. A lot of people have that fear. The face may become a little bit more oily for the first couple of weeks when you back away from cleansing, but things will ultimately even out and the face will become evenly moisturized and normally oily within a couple weeks after withdrawing from cleansing. So it's very important to keep that in mind if you have the mixed facial skin. That is a result of skincare. Back away from that skincare, do yourself a solid and see if you can get away without the so-called cleansing of the face. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to share and like this video. For a more nuanced discussion of skincare scams, shenanigans, and tomfoolery, pick up my book, 6 Scan Skincare Made Simple on Amazon.com. Now available in audio. More great content coming your way right from this channel. Thanks for watching, and God bless.